Let me ask you another one. You did your first transsexual sex scene recently. My guess is that you were warned that this could have negative consequences on your career. You elected to do it. Obviously, the topic is very hot, and you probably brought a large portion of a heteronormative audience through something they weren't prepared to deal with. How did that go? And just keep it so that we can have the broadest audience possible. But just, I'm curious, it's a political act.
Yeah. For the longest time, I was advised against doing a trans type of scene due to the fact that my agent suggested that a lot of my fellow peers wouldn't want to work with me because it is like a crossover type performer. They are also a more high risk performer because of the activities that they do. And I think that overall in general, my agent just kind of thought it was some sort of a career suicide type of thing where it could really affect you overall within the industry. And for a long time, I took his advice and didn't want to do this potential dangerous activity. And I didn't want it to hurt my ability to perform with other peers and whatnot. And it wasn't until recently that I dated a guy who asked me to quit porn. And I contemplated it for a very long time and had even like a retirement date and everything. And then,
wow.
Yeah, he helped kind of manipulate me into feeling like I should quit and everything like that. And I finally realized one day that this was not what I wanted to do. I loved my job and that I would probably later on resent him if I had done so. And after our breakup, it was when I really took control over my job and realized that I want to do things that make me happy and not really for my fans. So I started to create my own content for my website that were things that I wanted to do and ways that I wanted to portray myself, and not in things or ways that I thought would make money. I kind of stopped caring about the money and was like, I'm going to invest myself and my own brand and money into things that I enjoy, and hopefully it'll translate. And one of my things was always a fantasy of working with a trans performer. And
that's something that's erotically interesting, or is it politically interesting?
Both.
Okay.
Both. There's something amazing about a female with a penis that is just, you get both the best of both worlds to some extent. And it was something that I had always...
Just out of curiosity, have you ever been to the Uffizi Gallery in Florence in Italy?
No, I've not been to Europe. Sadly.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay, well, here's a little piece of homework. There's a room in this, one of the most famous art museums in the world, called the Hermaphrodite Room, with an absolutely gorgeous reclining, apparently female figure. And then you walk around and sure enough, there's this penis. And so, you know, the shock that we're cued to female indicia, and then surprised that there is this actual different state. You know, this is something that people have been playing with. This is energy that's been played with for a very long time in much more conservative eras. And so I wonder whether some people, like there's a community that finds this specifically very exciting.
Oh, I think so. I think that more people are attracted to it than even want to admit it or even are aware of it.
Do you think that's where some of the prejudice and bigotry comes from, is people trying to suppress that they're actually fascinated?
Yes, 100%.